Wrap up the Cavs segment with a new segment I like to call the OWG. You know, OG is original gangster, but the OWG is overrated white guy. We love to do the overrated white guy. And that brings us to one of my favorite overrated white guys, Dean Wade, where that's where we take a white guy and make him more important than he is. Go ahead, Mike.
The vanilla wolf himself.
I didn't say he's more important than he is. I just said the Cavs are desperately missing his contribution. Just a couple numbers for you guys.
How was contributions in the playoffs last year? How did he do there?
Well, you can say that about Evan Mobley. You can say that about Jared Allen. You can say that about Donovan Mitchell. You can say that about Darius Garland. You can say that about J.B. Bickerstaff. You can say that about Danny Green. I mean, who can't you say that about on the Cavs?
All right. Danny Green. I don't know if we're going to blame him, but go ahead.
He was terrible. Jason said he's going to win us a playoff game, and he couldn't make a shot. So I just was looking at the numbers. And Dean Wade hasn't played in over a month now. And they brought in Marcus Morris, who's had some flashes. They played Damian Jones. James a little bit. Jones or James?
Doesn't matter.
Jones, whatever. A couple minutes. The one thing with Dean Wade that the other guys can't replicate is he's a 6'9" wing defender who can also shoot. So when you want to go with your one big lineup traditionally, whether it's Allen or Mobley at the 5, you can play Wade at the 4. Their rebounding numbers don't suffer at all. He's actually a better percentage rebounder than anyone on the Cavs not named Jared Allen or Evan Mobley. So they're a better rebounding team with him on the court. And I was just looking at some random numbers, and this I thought was funny. With Dean Wade on the court this season, the Cavs are 36-18. Without Dean Wade this season, they're 10-12. It's a 45 win percentage. Without Donovan Mitchell this season, they're 12-13, a 48 win percentage. So they've actually been better without Donovan Mitchell than they have been without Dean Wade, which doesn't mean a ton.
Yeah.
But he is the highest net rating of any player on the Cavs. And the best defensive rating of anyone on the Cavs by nearly 5 points.
This is the interesting thing. We got into the same argument. I can't remember who I was arguing with. It might have been Aditi. It might have been Jay about the Steelers' record without T.J. Watt.
And Cam Hayward.
And my point is you can't prove any cause and effect. There's no context. You don't know who they played versus who they played. Like, you're not giving any of that context. To me, okay, you could turn that into something we can make numbers look the way we want.
Yeah.
That could either be a complete coincidence because while Dean Wade was out, there's a lot of other guys who haven't played well and have been hurt, or maybe it means something. I don't know. I think Dean Wade is a non-factor.
The net rating stuff should mean more than. If you want to look at, take out the win-loss record.
Yeah.
He has a plus 8.3 net rating. It's the highest on the team. They are 8.3.
How do you get net rating? Like, how legit is that stat?
So NBA.com
I know nothing about
offensive rating and defensive rating. So per 100 possessions, how many points does a team score with you on the court? That's your offensive rating. How many points does your team allow per 100 possessions? That's your defensive rating. Your net rating is the difference between your offensive rating and your defensive rating. Anything in the plus, positive. Anything in the negative, bad. Dean Wade has a plus 8.3 net rating, the highest of any player on the Cavs outside of Pete Nance, who's played like 2 games. He doesn't count.
All right, then the stat has no credibility when Pete Nance is the best on the team.
Well, but I'm saying it does for every player, even if they played 2 games. So he's at 8.3. Donovan Mitchell is at 7.4. So he's a point better than Donovan Mitchell in the net rating. And defensively, his net rating.
Is this a stat like we know the nerdy stats in baseball and football that people pay attention to?
People like the stat, yes.
People like this stat.
And defensive rating
has legitimacy.
Yeah, I mean, the 8.3 would be I could give you the exact number.
Yeah.
It's one of the better marks in the entire NBA for guys who play 20 minutes a game. He has the best defensive rating on the team.
Think about it like this.
I'm still not buying Dean Wade.
This is devastating, and it's not refutable. Even if Dean Wade was the defensive player of the year, the Cavs still wouldn't be winning.
No.
Facts.
That's crazy. If you just made him just turn, like this is a 2K argument, turn his defensive ratings all the way up to a 99.
Dean Wade is the highest defensive rating of any player in the NBA.
How is that possible? He can't be the best defensive player in the NBA.
It's not it's how good is your team defensively when you're on the court.
See?
So when he's on the court and he's playing 20 minutes a game in 55 games, so
it's not an individual statistic really.
But he's part of all their best defensive lineups.
So the causality. So you say what? So what is the causality, or what's the outcome of this?
Yeah.
The outcome is that don't really matter that much, does it? Like
I don't know, man. I know my baseball nerd stats and I know my football nerd stats. I don't know anything about these basketball nerd stats, but all right.
Hey man,
it can't hurt. It can't hurt. The other guys, real quick, the other guys in the top 10 of defensive rating, Dean Wade 1.
Yeah.
You have 4 guys from Minnesota in the top 10. It's the best defensive team in basketball. Yeah. Naz Reid, Kyle Anderson, Rudy Gobert is 5th, Mike Conley 6th. Aaron Holiday, and 2 guys from the Celtics.
And what's their record? They're in the top 4?
Timberwolves second in the West.
All right.
Boston number one.
Dean
in the
Wade
East.
is a superstar. That's what.
That's not what I said.
Yes, he is.
That's not what I said.